Hello and welcome to Transformers Lore. This episode will be covering the first Cybertronian Civil War of Primax 1005.19 Gamma. In 10 MIA, following the departure of the Knights of Cybertron and their Titans from the planet Cybertron, the next governing bodies of Cybertron were the 13 tribes, each led by 13 primes. They were the tribes of Prima, Megatronus, Nexus Prime, Onyx Prime, Solus Prime, Liege Maximo, Alpha Trion, Alchemist Prime, Vector Prime, Micronus Prime, Amalgamus Prime, Quintus Prime, and the Arisen. It should be noted that these 13 primes are not the multiversal singularity primes you already know from earlier episodes. Each tribe was different. Nexus Prime's tribe possessed an artifact known as the Enigma of Combination that allowed Transformers to combine with each other, and also had the support of a race of Transformers called Titan Masters that were small enough to possess decapitated bodies and consumed sparks as their source for energy. Onyx Prime's forces were all beast-like or possessed beast modes. Prima was said to possess the Star Saber, with the Matrix of Leadership itself serving as part of its hilt. Micronus' tribes were all Minicons. One of the tribes was called the Diaclona tribe, though we are unsure as of which tribe it was. The similarities between the 13 and their followers and descendants suggest that they likely had some sort of genetic connection to the original 13, whether it be a direct connection or simply similar traits sent by Primus. It appears the same rules regarding gender and the other attributes like the Minicons and Beast Transformers apply here as well. These 13 states were not all at peace, and tensions between them rose. Eventually, Megatronus and Liege Maximo would scheme to strike out against the 13. The war began when Megatronus himself broke a promise to Solus Prime, the smith of Cybertron, who led the female Transformers. Megatronus' treachery would land himself the name of the Fallen, though we not know what it was he did exactly. Alpha Trion would abandon the 13 at this point and would avoid the war through seeking a means to bring about peace. With the war beginning, Nexus Prime and Onyx Prime made an alliance, and the Enigma of Combination was used to create the Headmasters, a race of warriors that had the body of a follower of Nexus Prime with the combined strength of Onyx's beasts. The first Cybertronian war would spread out to other planets, including Spindrift, but the fronts of importance were focused on Cybertron itself. One of the Fallen's warriors, known as Galvatron, was a purist when it came to the Cybertronian race, and when he heard of the merging of humanoid and beast transformers in Nexus Prime's forces, Galvatron abandoned the Fallen to fight on his own to destroy Nexus Prime. Galvatron fought in the Battle of AGX and killed all the Headmasters and reached Nexus Prime. At this point in time, it was believed that only a Prime could kill a Prime, but Galvatron proved this idea wrong when he killed Nexus Prime. Galvatron then took the Enigma of Combination and sent it out into deep space so that it could never corrupt Cybertronians ever again. Shortly after the 43-day-long Battle of AGX, Alpha Trion met with Galvatron. Believing Galvatron to be the warrior needed to end the war, Alpha Trion and Galvatron set out together to end the conflict. When news spread about the death of Nexus Prime, the remainder of the 13 were frightened, and they now knew that they could be killed by any Cybertronian. The 13 decided to flee, taking some of the last Titans on the planet with hotspots to go out and find colonies to live in peace, away from Cybertron. Onyx Prime, before his departure, sent the Titan Masters Sovereign to find the Enigma of Combination. The Titan Masters and what was left of Nexus Prime's forces joined Onyx Prime's forces, though Onyx Prime left them behind to fight, while he fled on the Titan Chella. They would eventually settle on Eucharist before Onyx went into hiding. Many, if not all, of the surviving 13 would create a colony with their Titans and then left their colony to go into hiding. The last battle of the first Cybertronian Civil War was the Siege of the Citadel of Light, where the remainder of Onyx Prime's forces besieged the Citadel of Light, once the capital of Prima's tribe. However, Prima had fled Cybertron and his forces were now under the command of Nova Major. Alpha Trion and Galvatron would join the fight, and together, Onyx Prime's forces were defeated. Following the victory of the Citadel, Alpha Trion decided that the new age had come, following the departure of the Primes. Alpha Trion gave Nova Major his blessing, and Nova possessed the Matrix of Leadership that Prima once held. Now, he was no longer Nova Major, he was Nova Prime, and Cybertron's golden age was about to begin.